And that's a matchup I'm looking forward to seeing. Can the Cowboys establish their run against this interior Browns defensive front, because they do get up the field. They do have high motor guys, and they're able to affect teams that way. And we've talked about it for a few days now. The Cowboys need more balance than they had on Sunday in Seattle. It just, they've got to get Zeke more involved. Some of it was, okay, they're going to load up to stop us. They're going to blitz safeties and linebackers. Okay, we're going to try to expose things in the passing game. But you'd like to think Zeke can get more involved than he was in Week 3.
We all know in this league, once you put something on tape, it's gonna the next team is like, oh, let's get her done, right? So the Seattle show, we talked about it prior to the game, and then Seattle went out there and showed it that they weren't going to let Zeke get off. Right? They weren't going to let Zeke get off. Hey, Dak, you're going to have to throw your way to a victory. And he almost did, right? He almost did. But I think teams feel more secure forcing Dak to throw the ball versus letting Zeke eat on the ground, because there's less. It's a higher percentage play, right? Handing the ball off and letting him run is a higher percentage play, so it's probably going to be more effective. So how about we just put a stop to that and let this guy see if he can throw it around? I honestly think they're going to get a heavy dose of what they saw last week against Seattle, except for what Rob mentioned. This team doesn't have to blitz and get pressure.
Yeah, we're probably not going to.
I agree with you. I think you pointed that out. You pointed that out last week against Seattle, saying that they were going to sell out to stop Zeke. And what did they do? They sold out to stop Zeke. And the film is out there. And Ogunjobi, Rob, he's a run stuffer for real. Yeah. And he's the kind of guy that will move around a lot on that Cleveland Browns line. But one thing that I'm noticing is teams, every time the Cowboys spread them out or go trips, formations, they automatically are blitzing the Cowboys. It's like they abandon everything once we go into trips, because our trips formations are really dangerous once we set a tight end or all three of our great receivers together. And so the teams understand what we're trying to do, and just getting that balance back into the fold for the running game this week is something that's going to be necessary for us, because once we become predictable, I think that's when things kind of go out of whack for our offense.